Hello, this is Michael here from Medical Student Life in Japan. And just a quick message to our wonderful audience listening from around the world. We just wanted to say thank you for sticking with us and enjoying the podcast. It's been a great pleasure to share content about being a medical student in Japan and fun cultural stuff as well. We've decided this will be our last episode of Season 1. And this is the finale. So we've done about 11 episodes, I believe. So that's pretty exciting. And we will continue with Season 2, hopefully soon. So give us a little while. We're going to take a short break. And then we're going to come back and continue the podcast. Yuriko and I are having a great time talking in English about medical life in Japan, medical school life in Japan, and other things, and we are excited to continue. So thanks again for listening, and we appreciate all the feedback, messages, and comments, and reviews and ratings if you're listening to Apple Podcasts. And if you have any questions or ideas for future episodes, feel free to send those to us. There's a contact details in the summary of the podcast, so you can contact us that way. And thanks again so much for listening. We'll be back soon with Season 2 with a lot of new fun content about life here in Japan. Thanks. Hi, Yuriko.
Hi, Michael.
How are you?
I'm very fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's good to see you.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Speaking of Happy New Year, how do you say Happy New Year in Japanese?
明けましておめでとうございます。
明けましておめでとうございます. So, おめでとう is congratulations.
Yes.
明けまして, what is that part?
It is a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year? Okay, congratulations. Okay, great. So, 明けましておめでとうございます. And this will be our first podcast of 2021. Yay! Okay, so well, let's talk a little bit about New Year's, since that's the new year. What have you been doing the last several days? Did you do anything special?
Yes, I went to grandparents' house to meet them and cousins' family.
Oh, okay. Do your grandparents live far away from
yes,
here?
They live in Hyogo Prefecture. It takes about 2 hours from here by car.
Oh, okay. Oh, Hyogo, that's nice. Was there any snow?
No.
No.
It doesn't snow, but it winds very much. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's cold.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. And at New Year's, did you do anything special at your grandparents' house?
Yes. On New Year's Day, it is common for our family to make mochi, rice cake.
Rice cake,
yes.
mochi. Cool.
And my favorite mochi is an unusual type of mochi. It is called kogomi mochi. Kogomi mochi. Okay,
yes. For our audience, kogomi mochi. All right.
The texture is different from usual one, and the roughness of rice is special. I
see, and that's your favorite.
Yes.
Okay, now just to elaborate for the audience a little bit, mochi is, as Yuriko said, rice cake. But when we say rice cake, the word cake makes it sound like a dessert. But mochi is made with a special kind of rice, a kind of glutinous rice, as you said.
Yes.
And you pound it, right? In the traditional way, they would actually pound it with a kind of wooden hammer. Did you do that?
Yes, I have, but these days we usually use bakery maker.
Oh, okay, so some kind of some kind of machine. Yeah,
yes.
Of course. Japan is very convenient, so some kind of machine actually pounds the rice and makes it into a kind of rice cake.
Yes.
And I know a little bit about mochi. We also had some during the holidays. There are some savory mochi and there's some sweet mochi. So you can eat it in many ways. How did you eat mochi at the holiday?
I usually eat mochi with miso soup or soy sauce and seaweed.
Seaweed. Okay, so you maybe put the mochi into the soup,
Yes,
or you take the mochi, put soy sauce, and wrap it in the seaweed, and and also there's some sweet mochi, right?
Yes.
Can you describe that one?
I put azuki beans put on the mochi.
Okay, and the azuki beans it's kind of mixed with something? Is it mixed with some kind of sugar or?
Yeah, the azuki beans are cooked with sugar.
Oh, okay, so
it's
really
very
sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, and that's very tasty. Yeah, I think I ate probably more than 5 mochi at one time. Yeah, but it's very tasty. That's great. So, of course, mochi is kind of a tradition at New Year's, and we talked about osechi, the special New Year's kind of breakfasty meal. Did you have any other special foods at New Year's?
Yes. My family usually eats sukiyaki on New Year's dinner.
Sukiyaki, yes, sukiyaki. For those who don't know, what is sukiyaki?
Sukiyaki is a kind of meat dishes, and we have to prepare a pot for sukiyaki. And it's like a nabe.
Nabe, okay, so like almost like a bit of a soup or a stew.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some maybe beef is common. Yeah, okay. And you had that for New Year's?
Yes,
yeah.
Of course.
But you don't know why the tradition.
No,
right? Yeah. Nobody knows, but it's very common, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you haven't had sukiyaki, I highly recommend it. Okay, so that's sukiyaki, and you spent maybe a couple days at home during New Year's, right? Are there any kinds of activities that are common during this time? I think you mentioned a maybe TV show last time.
Yes.
But anything besides that?
Yes, we usually stay and relax at home, but some children will do some activities like Karuta.
Karuta, okay, so again, what is Karuta?
Karuta is a kind of card games, and usually Hyakunin issue is very famous. The card is there are 100 cards in Hyakunin issue, and
Hyaku means 100, right?
Yes.
So 100 card game, okay.
Yes.
And what is the goal of the game?
One person read a sentence of a card, and players compete with each other to get card. So they call out the words, and the cards are maybe on the floor or table, and you try to find the words they said? Yes.
And if you can find the words, maybe tap your hand on the card or something. Yeah, okay. I don't think I've played that version, but sometimes isn't there like 2 parts to the words? Like one part they say, and then there's a different part on the card, or is that a different game?
No, you are correct.
Oh, okay.
It is Hyakunin issue, and but the first sentence the people read, and players will get the latter sentence.
I see. Okay, so in that sense, you would have to kind of know the story of on the cards, right? Yes. Okay, so you have to almost memorize 100 stories.
Yeah, if you want to get faster.
If you want to get faster. Oh, wow. So, okay. Sounds like a lot of fun. I guess my children would enjoy that. Okay, so Karuta. So it's kind of New Year's in Japan is very relaxed. Yes. Staying at home, eat some good food, maybe watch some TV, play some games, get refreshed.
Yes, so many people gain weight after New Year's.
Yes, Yuriko, I think I also did. Probably a couple kilograms, but that's okay. It's cold, right? We need to get warmer in the winter. So
you are correct.
Yeah. Now, beyond that, there's a tradition in America, or I don't know if it's a tradition, but it's pretty common that at New Year's, many people think of a New Year's resolution.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, you just mentioned we might gain weight during the New Year's holidays.
Mm-hmm.
So many people might go on a diet for a New Year's resolution to lose weight, or some people decide I'm going to exercise more, or even this year I'm going to read more books, so maybe my resolution is to read at least one book a month.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Yuriko? Is it common in Japan to
yes,
have a
of
New Year's
course.
resolution? Yeah?
And my this year's resolution
Yeah.
is to read newspaper more.
Read newspaper more. So any specific kind of newspaper or
No, just ordinary newspaper.
ordinary? Okay.
I usually don't read newspaper,
Mm.
and when I have a English lesson with foreign teacher,
Yeah.
I am usually asked the
Mm.
Japanese culture
Oh,
or
yeah.
Government,
Mm,
and I
mm.
don't know well
Right.
the government.
Well, you're busy, Yuriko. You're studying a lot, and you got your part-time job and all those things. So that's probably okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's probably a good idea to be able to talk about
Yeah.
kind of current events. Have you already started this
Yes,
New Year's
yes.
resolution? Okay. Anything new going on from your reading? Did you learn anything yet this year?
I've already read one newspaper, and I know the Chinese government, and I will talk with foreign teacher about the article.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you've been doing a little study. That's good.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll check in with you later to see if you're keeping up your resolution.
Yes.
That's great. Okay, and then that's kind of the end of the holiday, but as you were mentioning earlier, there's a holiday coming up in Japan next Monday, I think, a week from today.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an important holiday. I think it's translated in English to Coming of Aged Day.
Mm-hmm.
And how is it called in Japanese?
Seijin no hi.
Seijin no hi. Okay, so seijin means like adult?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you maybe celebrated this holiday last year,
Yes.
especially. Can you talk a little bit about what is the purpose of the holiday? What are some of the things you would do on this holiday?
On this holiday, adults who just turned 20 years old will get together at school, at their high school or at their city hall,
I see.
and celebrate their coming age.
And do you have to wear any special clothes or
yes.
anything?
Girls usually wear kimono, and boys will usually wear suits. So it takes a lot of time for girls.
Yeah. And it's not just an ordinary kimono, right? It's a very special.
Yes, it is called Fri Jan, and it costs a lot, so many girls rent.
How much, just out of curiosity, how much would one of these kind of fancy kimonos cost?
I think it is about 1,000.
Wow. $1,000?
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, 1,000 yen. So it is
100,000?
no. $100.
$100. Oh, to rent.
Yes.
Okay. What if you buy this kimono?
10 times.
10 times, yeah. Okay. So quite expensive. I see.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's quite a nice holiday, and maybe you see all of your old friends
Yes.
from high school.
Yes.
And, yeah. And do you have some kind of party after that?
Yes, but I had a test last year near the Seijin no Hi, so I participated the one party, but another party I didn't.
I see. But also, in Japan, when you turn 20, not only do you celebrate this holiday, but it also means that you can now legally drink alcohol. So I think that's kind of a popular thing. When you turn 20 in Japan, everyone's excited. They can go out and have a beer or some drink or something. Did you celebrate with?
Yes, my birthday is August, so before the Seiji no Hi, I could drink, but I'm not so good at drinking.
Oh, that's okay. You're too busy studying. That's better.
Yes, I'm not so strong to alcohol.
Yeah. No, you don't need to drink alcohol. You just enjoy study, and you'll be a great doctor in the future. So, okay, I think that's a good maybe place to stop here. And I think this is will be our 11th episode, maybe. And we've done a good job, I think. And it's been a lot of fun, and we're so excited. We have this audience from close to 15 countries now. So thank you to all the listeners.
Yes.
And we're going to take a little break. This will be maybe the end of our season 1. And we'll come back maybe in a month or so.
Yes.
And then we'll continue our podcast. So hopefully we'll have a lot to talk about when we get back, and Yuriko can focus on some studying and until then. And if there's any listeners who want to comment or contact us, we appreciate your feedback. And if you have any topics you're interested in, please let us know. Yuriko, any final comments for this season 1 finale?
Thank you for listening to our podcast. I want to practice English more, and I will tell you many stories about Japan. Thank you.
Great, Yuriko. That's fantastic. Okay, well, let's finish here, and I'll see you again soon.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.